Hello everyone, my name is Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, where we are continuing on in the second chapter of the game, and we have started the next section for Yakko's storyline, and ooh, it's a doozy, y'all. Big time. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jinochi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. You mean that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Like, what if Yakko was possessed by Michio? And she used her curse stone without knowing because of that, you know? That's just kind of what I'm thinking. I don't know. Huh. Wonder if that's what happened. Alright. Then, supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she might have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. Okay. The dirt on Michio. Did you hear what this dirt was? No, never heard what it was. I mean, we know it has something to do with that boy Shuichi's death. But we still don't know the details on that. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know. There must have been some reason. Don't know. Got nothing to do with me. Okay. So last night, how did it start? Ah, right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple of days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy. But good at looking out for folks, so he was the only one I could talk to. Ah, so there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Ah, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. Ah, the fiancée, yes. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age, and that she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her, too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no! Hey, we're making progress on Tsumi's case too. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. The day he called me over there like usual, but something seemed off about him. Like he was worried about something? Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favor, too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. Oh? Was he involved in something paranormal as well? Huh. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. Maybe it protected her or something. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Really? Huh? Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had like a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jinochi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Was he part of the paranormal? No, he was in the juvenile stuff, right? So that's just weird to me. Weird. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. He is involved. Huh. So he's involved in the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. Interesting. Nakagoshi. Huh. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was gonna happen to him. Nakagoshi. Huh? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief at least. Anyway, didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Do you have the second talisman? He told me. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So she really cared about him and she feels bad now he's gone. Alright, classroom again. So, last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had. Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now. Come to the school tonight. Oh, so that's why she went. Got it. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck. I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. And nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Ooh.
Were you okay?
Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jinochi was freaking out.
Oh my gosh, good thing you got away.
So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up.
Oh, you did?
That's also why I saw Jinochi come back outside and bite it.
I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman.
Okay. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman.
Sure. Thank you, Hitomi.
Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman,
We'll be sure to let you know.
thanks.
Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you?
Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number.
Thanks.
Sorry, thought I heard something.
Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And,
What is it?
you're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore.
Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. And don't die out there, okay?
Thanks. We'll be careful.
Oh, I kind of want to see them as a trio now. As a little friend group. That'd be cute. Just really sad about all these innocent people dropping dead. Excuse me. Ew. Throw a burp. Please stop.
All right, then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jinochi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes. The curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jinochi seemed to be different.
Yep.
The people in the school at the time, other than us, were Mr. Jinochi, Hitomi, an old man Ashimiya, who you ran into, who's actually a serial killer. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in his school uniform with braids.
Who we haven't seen yet, have we? I don't think so. Yoko doesn't have braids and she's not a schoolgirl. I can't remember what hairstyle what's her name has. Ayame. No, she doesn't have braids. And we know she doesn't really dress like a schoolgirl, so no idea. Nobody we've met yet.
From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Genochi is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. Oh, right. The person who killed Mr. Genochi would have to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or Old Man Ashimiya? Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Genochi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... Oh, I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night.
But we know he had the ever-burning lantern, and that was taken away from him, thankfully. So we can definitely exclude him. I mean, they're not going to know that, though.
You did. It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find out who was responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off, and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Ah, where to go then?
Doesn't he also work at like a museum or something? Oh, we can move around. High school, bridge. Let's go here first. Candy shop, which is our home. 9 a.m. Sonoya. And so, Mio Kurusuzu and Yakko Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Oh. I guess it's kind of like suspend. Okay. Interesting. Alright, then I think we'll probably need more information before we can proceed. So, let's jump over here. Sorting things out. Hajime Yoshimi's death. Nejima's threat of mass murder. The problems just pile up, putting the detective's goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tsutsumi leaves Erio to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Alright, 9 a.m. Tetsuo Susumi. Susumi! Ah, Kinshibori Park. Did they take Shogo's body away, hopefully?
Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information.
Took you long enough. Okay, now we can actually look around in the daylight. Ah, limited. Alright, let's look at surroundings.
Forensics has finished their investigation and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out.
Yeah. Very different, but also still very gloomy. Gray skies and all that. Surroundings. Just looking for any little birdies. No, no birdies. No birdies in the daylight. No birdies in the daylight. Why am I singing a horrible song? Yeah. Oh, maybe that is a birdie.
Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange that deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking into Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, we better start following up on the few leads we've got. Guess I better see what Erio's found out.
We will.
Mockingbird number 16. Mockingbird enthusiast, collect 5. I got 5 already? Damn. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess I do. Ostracizer. Morning green. For hearing the history. Bright garden if you won the lottery. Wait until you feel like yourself again. Detectives and private eyes. Pelicanaut. Excited detective. Waiting at the entrance. Swanalope. Swoost. Alright. Waiting at the intersection. Visiting the park at night. Unique looking playground. I am at a playground, but I guess it's not that unique. Alright.
He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy, but I'm glad to have him on my side. Give me a chance to rest up.
Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in.
Thanks. The floor is yours.
Let's start.
A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here.
Poor guy.
He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned.
He drowned? In the middle of the park? It's not possible. It's gonna be a curse we're dealing with here.
About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of the 7 mysteries, too?
I'm guessing? I can't remember. The Whispering Canal? I didn't think it was. Can I just look? Because I'm not gonna memorize that. Whispering Canal, Kinshibori Park, maybe? But we're not near the water, so that's what's throwing me off. But it says Kinshibori, so... We got to high school. Beckoning Light, we don't know yet. Shimoko Bridge. Evergreen, which was at former Yasuda Gardens. Midoricho Park is the other one, right? Which we haven't seen yet. But washing. Reed. Ryogoku Bridge. Got it. Ever burning. Yeah. So it has to be. I mean, the only one I knew of that had to do with Kinshibori was the Whispering Canal, but I wasn't sure because it's not really directly next to the water, but whatever.
That's right, the Whispering Canal. Does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think?
Yeah, makes sense.
Sharp thinking, Edio. I'm trying to get the hang of this. So, let's assume they're related. What's next?
Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamezawa.
Oh, who's this? Weird. The name. I don't think I recognize that name.
The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well...
Yes?
Ooh, crushed. That would be... what's his name? With the foot washing, right? Right? I'm sure they'll say it in a minute. I just want to prove that I'm not an idiot. Crushed. Yep. You asshole. You killed some random woman.
The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force.
No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop.
Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning,
Oh, so literally that's how they're crushed. They're stomped on. Eek. Well, yeah.
Exactly. Crushing is the foot-washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries.
then is this Namagaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it.
Yep.
Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs.
Got it. And as for the third victim, he was identified as Kohei Jinochi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building.
Yeah, that's what's weird.
A teacher dying at school. And not just any school. Komagata houses one of the Seven Mysteries. Right, it's where the Fool's Possession is supposed to...
Oh, sorry.
Right, it's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all three victims can be tied to the Seven Mysteries.
There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. And you got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction.
That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either.
So far, we haven't seen one that says that it kills them from like a heart attack. So that must be either the beckoning light or... what was the other one? Dang nabbit binks, my memory is so bad. Beckoning light and... oh, taiko. I have a feeling it's the taiko, right? The drums one? Because that would make sense if something about the drums would affect the heart, like the beating of the heart. So that's my prediction.
He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated.
Yep.
Ah. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries?
That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone.
It would be whoever did the Feast of Shadows, right? They killed him and Michio. That's what I suspect.
But I just don't know who it is yet.
There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that.
Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff.
I'd be more surprised if you did.
All right. Well, I think we'll leave this episode right here then before we continue talking to him. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. This game is really addicting. It's hard to stop, you know. I just recorded like 3 in a row, so my voice is like, I'm dried out. All right, but until next time, have a nice day. Bye-bye.